I'm going to put this out there. Navigating the workplace as a woman of colour, as a person of colour, it's a skill, mate. It's an absolute skill, I think, that nobody can teach you. You have to navigate it yourself. You have to figure it out yourself. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Wow, goodness me. I don't know, I'm feeling a bit nervous, guys. I'm also a bit emotional to be back. My last video was 7 months ago, where I just came back with a quick update, and just to let you guys know that I see you, and I'm still like working behind the scenes on getting things out. I didn't expect to take a break as long as I did. It was just a tough, difficult time, which I'll get into. And I'm sure you can see by the title what I experienced. So I'm still experiencing, but building. But I just thought, you know what, I've been procrastinating for a while now. I'm nervous to come back, I'm not going to lie. I'm excited to come back as well. There's a bit of mixed emotions and how I feel. But I thought, yeah, you know what, might as well use this time during the lockdown to just really get some videos out there and help you guys. I've received a lot of questions. Oh my goodness. I mean, bulked up from the whole 7 months. I'm not a big channel. Talking about channel, guys, I left YouTube with shy of 200 subscribers and I'm now 340. I'm sorry, what? What? Like, I know to me that's a lot. To somebody else that's like, it's not enough. But to me, for someone who hasn't filmed, to get about, over 100 subscribers, I must be doing something right, guys. I must be doing something right. But, you know, thank you so much for all those who have stayed subscribed. Those who have subscribed while I've been away. For those of you who's messaged me, goodness me. I've tried to respond to most of you as much as I can. And I still have a few more to get through. But, like, honestly, guys, I'm so grateful. I am intensely grateful to you guys. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm so grateful. You guys make me want to come back. You guys have helped me overcome what I experienced. But yeah, no, like, thank you so much for keeping subscribed, for checking in on me, and for still coming to me with your questions. Yeah, no, it's been so interesting during the last 7 months, even beyond that, really. I mean, I did come back thinking that I would come back. Little did I know that, you know, I wasn't going to come back till now. But hey, we're back now, guys. Thank you all so much once again for your love, your support, your prayers, your guidance. And I really hope you're all doing well during this lockdown. Please take your mental health very seriously. You do find that you're probably a lot more on social media. Please make a conscious effort to zone in and zone out. Social media is great. Watching the news is great. But if you're like me, who has a tiny bit of like anxiety, be careful what you take in, and, you know, speak up and speak to people, your loved ones. We thank God for your FaceTime and, you know, other social platforms that you can reach out to your family and things. And check on people you haven't checked on in a while. But yeah, I just thought I'd come back. If you want to know why I left, then I'll say carry on watching. So, talking about this is going to be a bit difficult, but I'll try and do it because I have grown from it. I'm still growing from it. So back in 2018, we went through a restructuring. Our organization had a restructure, so it was teams change, which is everything. And I believe in change. I think change is the only constant thing, constantly changing. So it's great. I was a bit anxious about it just because I just felt like where I was going to be put, I wasn't sure about. But, you know, you got to give it a shot to be able to really know if it works for you. So it was great restructure. It was good to see what the team is going to look like, what the company is going to look like, what the focus is, what our strategy is, what our vision is, which is all great. But I started struggling with imposter syndrome due to a few issues that arose in where I found myself. And you know, the thing is, I'm going to put this out there. Navigating the workplace as a woman of color, as a person of color, it's a skill, mate. It's an absolute skill, I think, that nobody can teach you. You have to navigate it yourself. You have to figure it out yourself. And I have done that, and I've come out on the other side. But at the time, it wasn't a joke. And before we get into it, I want to talk about what like imposter syndrome is, just for anybody who doesn't understand. So I've just pulled up the definition on Google here, and it says imposter syndrome, also known as imposter phenomenon, imposterism, fraud syndrome, or the imposter experience. It's a psychological pattern in which one doubts one's accomplishments and has a persistent internalized fear of being exposed as a fraud. Yeah, if you didn't catch that, take it back 2 seconds and listen to that. So I didn't realize it was even imposter syndrome. I just thought, I don't know anything, like, you know. And I just said to myself, like, I'm a very ambitious person. And, you know, I've done my qualification, I've qualified. I got nominated as one to watch in 2018. I got nominated as for the governance Hot 100 in the social media category, which was recently. I've been invited to speak at universities. I've been invited to speak at the ICSA, which is our institute. And I still don't. And like, I felt like how do I explain this? Like, calm down, Smira. I felt like, am I that good enough? Like, really? Like, well, how are these people seeing it? Whereas in my organization, I feel this small. I don't know. I feel like I lost confidence. Oh my God, that topic I don't want to get emotional about. I lost confidence. Still building it. I've had some coaching sessions which are amazing. I'm currently on a leadership program as well, which is amazing and helping me build that and letting go. And I'm grateful for that. And you know what, looking back now, I'm actually grateful for experiencing that, because it really taught me a lot. One thing I know for sure, that I'm quite resilient. Although what I also learned on the flip side was my emotions get the best of me. So I'm learning emotional intelligence. If you're anybody who, you know, is a coach or has had coaching lessons, listen, share your tips down below, guys. Like, I think a lot of people can learn from this. A lot of women can learn from this. So yeah, I was struggling with that just because I found myself in a situation where I felt victimized. I felt like blame was constantly being shifted onto me. And it got to a point where I had to basically email everything to have an audit trail of everything I was experiencing. What's the word? Yeah, when micromanagement, that's the one. When somebody's constantly over your shoulder. Or they try to find anything wrong with anything you do. Like any email you send, any work you do, there's an issue. To the extent where you start to even believe them. Like, guys, if you're experiencing anything like this at work, yeah, speak up, speak up, speak up. That's the mistake I made. I didn't say anything because I didn't know what I was experiencing. I just I felt off. And I felt like, having worked in previous organizations, I haven't experienced that. And I've come from an organization where I was constantly, like, my strengths were constantly being acknowledged. I was getting constructive criticism or constructive feedback is the way to put it. But in this, where I found myself, it was very much more like, everything you do is wrong. And everything you do is wrong. Like, I go to work and I'm shaking. Like, I didn't want to wake up for work. You know, it was incredible, basically. That's the best way to put it. Like, not incredible, but it was just overwhelming, you know, what I experienced and what I was going through. But yeah, I've come out of it, which is great. And I really want to share how I've come out of it. And and where I see myself going now as well. The reason why I left, actually, I think this video is going to be all over the place, but bear with me, you will get the gist at the end of it. The reason why I left, because it affected me, affected my confidence. I started to doubt myself. I started to say to myself, you know what, these YouTube videos I'm doing, am I even good? The information I'm giving to people, are they any good? I found myself even watching my older videos, and I'm like, yo, like, you have a lot of experience in a short amount of time to give to people. But I'm just like, maybe not. Maybe it's just me thinking about myself, because I have internalized, or I have taken on someone's idea of me onto myself. So basically, lost confidence. I don't know who I am. And so it affected me, affected everything around me, affected YouTube. I'm constantly second guessing myself, constantly overthinking things, like something that would have like an instant answer. I'm overthinking it, because I'm just like, it'll be good to have a second person's opinion on it. I remember working with my external mentor, she challenged me to do a 360, and during that, a 360 is where, 360 is where you reach out to people that you've worked with, probably haven't worked with as well, and just ask them to give you feedback on yourself. It's a tough thing to do, but it's really good, especially if you want to grow. And it's so interesting that some people who I didn't work with on a regular, but I had interactions with them on a few things, together with those I work with, the trend of what I received from the feedback was, they felt like I was lacking confidence. And it was so like, wow. You know, on the outside world, I'm coming off as so confident. In my previous jobs, confidence. And then here, it's like I'm lacking. It's like, yeah, and I felt it. I knew I had lacked. I had lacked confidence. Like, it was like, yo. You know, that feeling of not being good enough, trust me, it can really take over a lot of things around you. Yeah, but I'm out of it now. Let me have something to drink. Anyway, guys, I'm drinking celery juice. My sister made this and brought it to me. Shout out to her. So, oh, she put a bit of ginger in that, I think. So yeah, my imposter syndrome story, here it is. You know, it's something that a lot of people, especially women, experience in the workplace. Navigating it is very difficult. I know Michelle Obama experiences it. Sheryl Sandberg experiences it. The Facebook CEO, I think. They all experience it, so I know it's nothing new. It's actually quite common with people of color, or yeah, mostly. I mean, generally, anybody can experience it, but mainly people of color, because you always tend to associate certain things with, like, okay, am I not good enough because of? So yeah, I would definitely, like, if anybody has any tips or is experiencing or has experienced something like that before, please comment below. Please like, share, subscribe, and all of that. I forgot to say that in the beginning. But yeah, no, I have come out of it on the other side. I'm really happy now. I'm learning still. I'm growing. I have a lot to learn. Just being in that space, it's not a great space to be in, if I'm being honest. And I believe that, like, a leader is only as good as his followers. Like, hands down, you're only as good as your followers. They always say hire people who would help you become better, not people who you are better than. So that, because then what's the point? You know, it's a bit like if you're a CEO or a chairman of a company, hire people who are going to help you get the job done. That's why sometimes you wonder, like, you see, like, CEOs and stuff who don't know a lot of things, but that's not because they know a lot on a whole perspective, but you have to hire people who are so good at their jobs. And you also have to be open-minded as a manager to allow other people bring their experiences into a room. You know, no two people are the same. you know, especially even people of color, we have different experiences, right down from the way we were brought up to how our family is set up to, you know, everything. So when we bring our thoughts and opinions or our views on something, we are coming from a whole completely different angle of how we were nurtured and how nature has taken its course in our lives. And as a leader, you have to be open to those things. If you're constantly shutting those things down because it's not familiar to you, it doesn't look like the way your upbringing was, then you're closing yourself to the opportunity to learn as well. As part of my coaching class as well, like, one thing I had to learn was that I am enough, and that was so difficult to get to reclaim my spot. I have been nominated as one to watch. Interestingly, when I was experiencing what I was experiencing, that just went out the window. I was like, oh no, it's just, you know, whatever. I remember speaking to a lady within my organization, and she said to me, yeah, but the people who were picking, do you know any of them? Was there any bias? I was like, no. She was like, well, so you were good enough. And I had to, like, constantly turn my brain to think that, you know, I am good enough, and starting to believe it, that I am good enough. And even I just feel like, even with me, for somebody who's very confident, who knows what they're doing, who knows what they're about, very self-aware, I was affected. So you can imagine how people who probably are not as confident generally, how such a thing would affect them in the workplace or in a situation that they find themselves. But guys, if you have experienced any of this, please drop me a message, drop me a comment, and let's create a community where we can all uplift and help each other. Being in such a space can really affect you more than you think. I had to have, like, coaching lessons with a coach to really help me see. And I remember how my coach once even said to me, and this is like something that I didn't notice, but he said that, so on the first coaching session, I was really hunched when I was talking, like my shoulder was down. And by the 8th or 9th coaching lesson, I sat upright this way, and he was like, if I'm to tell you something, when I first started having the coaching lesson with your body language said completely different. And now when I see you, you're upright. And then I looked at myself and I thought, oh. And I started to wear bright colours again to work, because it affected, like, literally everything. Because you just don't want to be seen. You feel like, you know, what's your value? What's your point of being there? You're just going there now, you know. And I've never felt like that. I always put my 110% in everything that I do. And to have that taken away from me, well, to give that power over to somebody to take it away from me, you know, I was very disappointed in myself, but I know what it is now, and I know what to do when I find myself in such situations. And even coming back to YouTube, or one of them, I said to myself, I have to prove to myself that I am good enough, I am enough, I am enough, I am enough. And, you know, I have a lot to share and a lot to give. Likewise, I have a lot to learn. And I think for me, learning never stops. It doesn't stop today, it doesn't stop tomorrow. It's a constant thing. You have to constantly learn, constantly grow, constantly improve. But you also have to recognize where you came from. And I know where I came from. You know, I studied and worked full time. I know what my background is, and I know where I am now, and I know where I want to be. So that constant evolution, that constant growth, that constant move, that is exactly what I have to keep recognizing and know that, yes, I may not be where I want to be, but damn sure I have come far from where I was before. And that is something that I'm definitely honing into, I'm definitely carrying with me, I'm taking with me, and I want you all to do the same. If you find yourself in a situation where you feel like your voice is not being heard, speak to people, you know, let people know and let understand. That's one mistake that I made, as I mentioned earlier. I didn't speak up. And I know it can be very difficult. I always recommend getting a mentor, like somebody who is not in your department. We can be in your organization, but not in your department, who, you know, can act like a sounding board. Not a friend, because, you know, friends, naturally, we find ourselves like leaning towards having some sort of affinity bias, you know, like, oh, he's my friend, so I'm not going to tell him how he feels. But like somebody who, you know, it's probably not in your field as well. I mean, you have a field one, someone who's in your industry, but somebody who's not in your field, who can really sit you down and let you see between. I remember one of my mentors I was speaking to, telling her about a situation. She said to me, Spirit, can we focus on what we can control? And I just went like, whoa, okay, because she was like, I can't control that, you know, but what can you do now that would make a difference, or will help you make a difference? And I had to, you know, find myself doing that. Sorry guys, I keep looking down because my viewfinder is here, so I need to know when it stopped recording. But yeah, no guys, so yeah, I'm gonna try and come back now. Feel free to drop me anything that you want. Also let me know what you think of my new intro and my new outro. You know, I've been working behind the scenes on getting this done. I'm also working on something with a few people for governance professionals, so watch this space. If you used to follow the Yearning COSEC page, I have deleted that now. You know that has now changed to the BGPN, so just keep an eye on that page as well if you're a governance professional for more input, more insight. And yeah, thank you so much guys for watching. I know this video has been around, but you know, it's a bit difficult to talk about because I wanted to come across with the angle of I have grown from this, because I really have. I'm not bitter or emotional about it. I'm starting to see the positives of it. I have grown, I have resilience. One thing I also realized that I actually don't like change as much as I think I do. So this lockdown it's affecting me in ways that I didn't think it would. But we will overcome. As I said, I'm going to look at things that I can control. And everything else that I can't control, listen, it's going to have to take its course. Let me know what other videos you guys want to see. I have a few lists here. I've received a lot of questions, so I will definitely be doing a Q&A, because I don't know if I've answered people, but there is still a lot more. It's interesting to see how the industry is growing. People still want to get into the industry, which is great. Let's make it a career choice, not an option. Thank you guys so much for subscribing, for staying subscribed, and for your support. I really appreciate it. It's really given me a lot more confidence to really come back. And when I even see people commenting on videos that I filmed like in 2018, I'm just like, wow, like you guys still follow me. Thank you all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.